I want to do a video on what I think should be an absolute must prep. This is a propane refrigerator. A propane refrigerator. Now that is about a 60-year-old leg, but that's a propane refrigerator. Don't ask me how flame makes cold. I do not understand it, but, and this one looks like junk. I mean, I bought it 10, 12 years ago. It's not hooked up right now. I got a little freezer on the top, 3 shelves, place for your eggs. In fact, being for an RV, it's got little storage things here where you put stuff in it to hold it when it's rattling down the road, which this had been rattling down the road for years. It looks like the wrath of God. But when Ike came through, the Hurricane Ike, about 3 years ago, we were without power for 5 days. I've got some propane spigots, and I'm not going to be, my barn is so junky, I'm not going to be able to back up too far for you to get a good look at this, but it's about 3 feet tall. Let me roll it around here. The back of it looks much worse than the front of it does. But this is the coil that somehow makes cold. A flame starts right there. There's a pilot in there, and that's all it is, a little old pilot light. I've just got mine with this line that is basically you use for a space heater, gas line. I'll hook it up. Now this one was propane and 110 and 12 volt, which is the way a lot of them come. And if you can buy one, that's what I would buy. I bought this for $100 10, 11 years ago, and it looked just like this. It looked just like this. But a guy told me, or I read, I think a guy told me actually, there wasn't much internet back then, that if you don't smell ammonia, it's probably good. If you smell ammonia, stay away from it. These coils are, my understanding, these coils are full of ammonia, and somehow that heat from this little pilot light down there comes up through here. This is a heat exchanger of some sort. It's insulated. I don't know why somebody cut into this and exposed the insulation. I think I repacked it. I don't know why they did that. They may have been looking for a leak or fixing a leak. But anyway, it comes out of there, comes over here, goes through this little heat exchanger, comes back down here. That is the coil that goes to the refrigerator somehow. No, when you've got it on propane, there's no electricity needed, or at least not on this one. Now it does have a sparker, kind of like a little push button sparker, like on a grill. That doesn't work, and I'm sure long since not worked. But basically, you light the pilot light, stick your match down in the little hole there, and it will, some DE, 50-pound bag, DE. It will make a flame, a small pilot light looking flame, and just that little small flame will come up here and make cold. It will get this refrigerator and freezer cold. It's got a thermostat on it. I can't remember whether the thermostat really works. Now, I did an experiment years ago. Hooked it up to a 5-gallon, 20-pound propane bottle, little 5 gallons of propane, kind you get for your grill, and it ran outside in the garage in the summer, 90, 95 degrees. It ran for 30 days before it went out. 30 days. So basically, 5 gallons will run you, 5 gallons of propane will run you 30 days in this little heater. The newer ones, there's no telling what year this is. The newer ones may be much more efficient than that, have thermostats and can maybe even cut the power, cut the propane off, you know, when it gets down to a certain temperature. But this is something I picked up at an RV, kind of an RV scrapyard, a guy that kind of rebuilt RVs. So, and what they'll do, most RVs will pull up to a, and I'm not an RVer, so I'm just assuming this, pull up to a place and they don't want to run off propane because that's usually their bottle. They want to run off electricity or 12 volt or something like that. So anyway, this if you can find one that's 12 volt, even better. 12 volt and or propane. But if you've got a big propane tank behind your house like I do, this may be the way to go. I've got some spigots out on the deck that are plumbed from the propane. I picked this up, and it's not real heavy. I'll take it out there with a two-wheeler, two-wheel dolly, but I can pick it up and haul it when I have to. I put it up on the deck, put the end of the hose in the spigot, the propane spigot, and light it up, and I've got a refrigerator. When nothing else works, power's out, whatever, I've got a refrigerator. Now, yes, I do have some solar and generator and this and that, but this runs off propane. If you've got a mass storage of propane, or if you've heard some horror stories about people needing refrigeration, buying ice, this and that, after hurricanes, after tornadoes, after catastrophes, floods, there's never a line. I've never heard of anybody saying there was a line to get propane. A line at the propane place to fill your tank, fill your bottle. So this would be a very viable solution for something like that in a short-term situation to fill up a little bottle. If a long-term situation, if you have got propane, large storage tanks at your house or at your retreat. Anyway, this I think, to me, it is a must for a prepper. And if you can buy an old used one that somebody pulled out, maybe the 12 volt quit working or the 110 quit working on it, and there's nothing wrong with the propane, man, you can probably buy it as cheap as I did. $100 for this thing. And it's gosh, I don't know how many cubic feet in it, but it's not many. Probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But man, when you need a refrigerator, it is here. And plug it in some propane, and you're ready to go. If the 12 volt, and I would rather the 12 volt work, I could run it from my battery bank, but it doesn't. And as long as I've got the amount of propane that I keep around here, I think it's a heck of a buy, and I think it's a heck of a prep. Consider it. It is. It could very well be one of the most important things you ever buy. Okay, that's it. We're going.